Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Now I would like to tell you or explain to you all our reading materials which is related to summarizing. It is in Unit 10. So you can open your book, Unit 10. It is about summarizing. Okay, so what is summarizing here? Summarizing is retelling of the important parts of a passage in a much shorter form. It means that when you summarize, you just take the important or the main points of a paragraph or of any kind of writing piece, and then you make it in as short as possible by using your own words. So it just tells the reader about the main points only, not the details. Okay, so why summarize? The purpose of summarizing is to make sure you have understood something. So that's why sometimes teachers ask you to summarize the reading materials because they want you to read it and then they want you to understand it and then they want you to rewrite it in your own sentences. Because if you can or if you are able to write it in your own sentences, means that you understand the content. If not, if you only just use the same sentences just like the original one, means that you do not understand at all. Okay, and then the second one, to explain the sense of a passage to someone else. So when you explain something to someone else, of course you use your own words, of course you use only the main points, not the whole thing. And then to review text for examinations. So when you read for examinations, it's important for you to summarize the main points only, because it's kind of difficult for you to remember every details. All right, what does a good summary include? The first one, a good summary includes the main ideas and the major supporting points. So you only talk about main ideas and then you only report the supporting points, but it is only the main points, not the details. And then a good summary does not include minor details, repeated details, or readers' opinions. All right, now look at the summarizing sentences here. Summarize the sentence by taking out the unnecessary words. So you just take out unimportant words. Okay, use summary words to take the place of groups of words about the same topic. Keep only the words which tell the main point of the sentence. So use the words that only tell the main point. If the words do not tell the main point, then just drop it. Okay. Example here, the tall cowboy put the saddle on his horse, untied him for the fence, waved goodbye, and rode off into the sunset. What is the main point of this long sentence? The main point is the cowboy laughed. All right, look at the explanation. You can leave out the word tall here. Okay, the tall cowboy, it's only the detail. Since that is not an important fact, all of the things that the cowboy did, put the saddle, untied, waved, and rode off, indicate that the cowboy laughed. So the main point of this sentence is the cowboy laughed. Now I want you to do all of the exercises in this unit, but look at exercise one. Let's do it together for number one and number two. Okay, number one. After she turned on the oven, Michiko mixed the sugar, flour, eggs, milk, oil, and vanilla in the new blender, poured the batter into the buttered pans, and put the cake in the oven. What can you uh what's that? What can you understand from this? The main point only. The main point is that Michiko made a cake, right? So the summary is that Michiko made a cake. Look at number two. Let's do it together. For number three and the rest, you do it by yourself. Number two, as the bus rolled into her hometown, Liz looked around at the familiar streets and shops which she had not seen for 2 years. What is the main point of this sentence? Yes, the main point is Liz came back home. All right? Now the rest by yourself. Okay, we have summarizing paragraphs. A paragraph summary should be as short as possible, but it must be a complete sentence. Remember, a complete sentence. Okay, so it should has subject and verb and rest of the sentence. The summary of a paragraph is the main idea of the paragraph. Often, but not always, the main idea is found on the topic sentence. So, Often, generally, the main idea is in the topic sentence. So what you need to do to make a summary of the paragraph is you have to find out the topic sentence. And usually, the topic sentence is in the beginning of the paragraph. Usually, not always. For the steps, look at step 1. Read the paragraph all the way through to be sure you understand it. Step number 2. Check to see if the paragraph contains a topic sentence. If the paragraph has a topic sentence, does it state the main idea of the paragraph? If so, you can use the topic sentence as the summary. If the topic sentence is not a good statement of the main idea, write a summary which states the main idea. So you yourself, usually there is a paragraph which does not state the main idea explicitly. So you can infer the main idea by yourself. You write a summary by it. Step 3, take out unnecessary words. Okay, look at here. Shopping malls have produced revolutions in the United States shopping and living habits in just 45 years. And so on and so on and so on. You can read it here. All right. And then the topic sentence of this paragraph is in the beginning. Shopping malls have produced a revolution in the United States. Okay. So you can make this even shorter. Yeah. So shopping malls have changed United States culture. All right. Now you do exercise 2. Go on to the next exercise 3. All right. Summarizing short passages. If previously we talked about summarizing a paragraph, now we summarize short passages. Okay. So how many steps? There are 3 steps. Step 1, read the passage all the way through. So you have to read all of them. And then step 2, go back to the beginning and underline a topic sentence in each paragraph. So you have to find a topic sentence in every paragraph. For example, there are 10 paragraphs, so you have to find 10 topic sentences. If you cannot find a topic sentence, write a short summary of the paragraph. Step 3, put the sentences from the paragraphs together. So, for example, there are 10 topic sentences. So, you have to put them together and then you connect them with signal words or other connecting words. For example, and, but, however. So, you do not just combine them together. You have to make it as smooth as possible by adding some connecting words like and, but, however, and so on and so on. Do exercise 4, and then 5, and then 6. All right, 7. All right. If we talked about short sentence passages earlier, now we talk about longer passages. When you summarize an essay, textbook chapter, or magazine article with many paragraphs, follow these steps. Step 1, read the passage all the way through. Still, you have to read all of them. And then step 2, go back to the beginning and number the paragraphs in the text. So you have to number the paragraphs. How many paragraphs? Divide the text into parts. Okay, you have to divide the text. Notice which paragraph focus on the same idea. So for example, paragraph 1 and 3 focus on the same idea. Part 1, for example, will be paragraph 1 to paragraph X, for example. Part 2 will start with paragraph Y and so forth. So you have to group the paragraph which tells about the same point. Okay. For each part, write a sentence which summarizes all the paragraphs in it. So if you already identify each part, for example, this part about, for example, apple, and then the second part is about how to plant an apple. So you have to combine the each part into a whole sentences or a whole summary. And then step 5, tie all of those sentences together to form a summary using signal words and other function words. All right. Look at here, exercise 8, 9, 10. Do it. All right, that's all. So you have 10 exercises for doing summarizing. Remember, you have to understand the reading material first in order for you to be able to summarize by using your own words. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.